My story animated. MSA. Me and my girlfriend here have a few problems with some of the things you're saying. 10 rules to get a guy? Listen, Lola will be the judge of that. She knows how to get a guy. Okay, people, we're gonna review this video. We're gonna decide what we think. RobertIDK, MSA, 1, 2, 3, theme song.
Animations, it kinda feels like I'm on vacation when I see a vid from MSA about a girl who's gone completely insane. But we'll still laugh and scream and cry and be glad that we don't have their lives. So come along, enjoy the ride, and let's watch some MSA tonight.
Hi, I'm Alicia, and
Hi,
I'm going to
Alicia.
tell you how I met the love of my life.
Oh.
Before we get into that, please like and subscribe to MSA. If there's one thing you have to know.
Like it.
Count us down.
3, 2, 1.
Ooh, okay, let's go.
If there's one thing you have to know about me, it's that I wasn't an ordinary little girl.
What?
Being raised by a single father who was an ex-army officer does
Whoa.
that to you. I had rules, discipline, and responsibility drilled into me since I was very young. And growing up, I found other kids my age really immature. I don't know why he'd break up with me.
Oh, yeah, those other kids are so immature, you know? I'm sure, you know what? I know someone that you can relate to.
I go around sometimes and I hang out with other people that are my age and they're just kind of just selfie. I'm just like, dude, like, oh my God, like, can we talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now?
Oh my gosh, the song ties it in together.
All right, that's who you are, homie.
Really immature. I don't know why he'd break up with me. I wore the clothes he liked, woke up at 5 every morning to do my hair because he liked them curly.
You need to wake up at 5 to do
Watching
pull-ups.
wrestling. Excuse me, but I need to get that muffin. Can't you see that I'm crying? My boyfriend just broke up with me.
That's really sad.
Aw, I'm so sorry. You know, it reminds me of the time my dad took me for this obstacle course and I twisted my ankle so badly, the doctors told me I'd never be able to walk again. But I didn't lose hope.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Hey.
here I am. How is that the same thing? It's not, because that was an actual problem. But
Hey,
yours-
everyone's problem. Hey, listen. By your logic, Alicia, should everyone who is upset about something that isn't like the loss of a loved one, should they not be upset because there's people whose family got eaten by a grizzly bear on the other side of the world? Because someone else had an actual problem? Is everyone else's problems, they don't count?
I think everyone's problems count.
Yeah, unless the problem is that you haven't subscribed to the RobertIDK channel, then that's your fault and your problem.
That's a serious problem.
Yeah, that's your problem. And but no, seriously, can we just talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now? Do your best, bro.
Because that was an actual problem, but yours is just a bunch of high school nonsense. Now move your butt, please. Needless to say, I didn't have a lot of friends, and I didn't care either. My life was all sorted out. Graduate school, get into a good college, work, and retire. But then I turned 18 and met Arthur. He was a transfer student from Greece, and boy, was he dreamy. The
So
first time I
dreamy.
met him was in gym class. We were playing catch, and I was so
Catch?
lost
That's
in
not
looking at him.
catch.
I totally missed the ball, and it hit me right in the face. I fell on my butt, and Arthur came running.
Are you okay?
It's nothing. I'm used
a
to much
dodgeball?
worse. On second thoughts, I might need a doctor. Arthur smiled and carried me to the nurse's office. The entire time I was there, he sat next to me.
Oh yeah,
And later-
Alicia. Oh yeah, Alicia. I was in the hospital for a week. That's a real problem, Alicia. How does it feel now, Alicia? See, imagine if I was like that. Unbelievable.
And later, he dropped me home. We became friends after that, and slowly I fell for him. He was smart, mature, and sweet. If there was one guy I wanted to date, it was him. So I decided to ask him out, except I didn't know how. So I turned to MSA for help, and they did not disappoint. Rule number 1, never let your crush know you're interested in him. Avoid eye contact, and do not speak at all. The next day, when Arthur waited
Okay, is that true?
I feel like you'd have to talk to them at some point. If you just ignore them the whole
They
time.
don't even know you exist.
Yeah, they'll move on.
So you gotta get them to know you and then you ignore them. right? Is that what they're...
No, you don't ignore them.
Okay.
Especially if they're talking to you first.
So rule number 1 is cat. Okay, all right. Let's see rule number 2.
I wrinkled my nose and turned away. He sat next to me in class, but I didn't pay any attention. But then in the cafeteria, he caught up with me.
You avoiding me?
Me? Avoiding you? Oh, don't be silly. I was just really busy thinking about global warming and
social and
fish
economic state of the
population.
world.
Oh, that reminds me. I have to water my fish. I mean, my plants. I'll see you around. And I just ran
it looks like
before
she
I
already did
embarrassed
water
myself
her
further.
pants.
After that epic failure, I turned to step number 2.
All right.
Dress up nice and behave like a total diva.
No!
Picked up a bunch of dresses, and the next morning it took me
Yeah,
2
acting like a total diva. Yeah, our last conversation would have been a long time ago. That were the case.
I will say I dress up though.
Yeah, you
All
dress
the
up,
time.
but you are not a diva in the slightest. I mean,
Whoa.
what? Whatever you're gonna say might be the last thing you ever say. No, you're not a diva in the diva sense. Not in the like,
Oh, what's the other term for it then?
no, I mean, you might be somewhat. I think you're more like babyish from time to time than diva-ish. You're not a diva. You're not like, you don't act spoiled or anything.
Correct answer.
Cause anyone who acts spoiled, cringe alert.
And the next morning, it took me 2 hours to get ready. I thought I looked great, except the moment I entered, everyone started pointing at me. Oh my God, why is she dressed like a peacock?
She looks like
What
an
is that on her
interplanetary
face?
diva.
Did someone finally punch her for being a know-it-all?
Wow.
I was so embarrassed. I immediately turned around and ran for the bleachers. I was still sulking when Arthur walked up to me.
If you rub your lips anymore, they're gonna fall off.
Lipstick won't come off. Ugh, it's so annoying.
Let me help you. Also, I'm not saying you don't look good with makeup, but you actually look way prettier without it.
Really? Does that mean you'll go out with me?
Are you serious? I wanted to...
Do you like when guys say that?
No.
Right, that's stupid. Because a lot of girls like to wear makeup. It makes them feel good. So a guy saying you're better without it is like, they think that's the most noble compliment, but it's not. It's annoying. Women do not like hearing that. Don't you think that's some, like... I don't want to say
Some pick me.
No. Yeah, pick me.
Pick
Yeah.
me.
That's the more appropriate term. Guys, don't tell a woman who likes to wear makeup that they look better without makeup. That's not the compliment you think it is.
Really? Does that mean you'll go out with me?
Are you
Oh my
I
gosh.
wanted to ask you out for the longest time, but everyone in school told me you're a cold-hearted witch. Cold-hearted girl who hates people.
That's not true. I hate dumb people. There's a difference.
Oh.
So, you and I, dinner tomorrow?
I'd
Oh,
love
this
to.
My
escalated
first date
quickly.
with Arthur was perfect, and he told me that his parents
Yeah, we don't need
were
the other
divorced
rules
like
now.
mine, and he lived with his mom and 9-year-old brother Charlie. We started dating soon after and spent all our time together. People in school were also nicer to me since I was Arthur's girlfriend. And even Dad liked him a lot. Life was just better with him in it until things started getting weird. Some days he would come to school looking like a half-dead zombie. Other days he would
What?
skip school altogether. His grades were slipping. We were barely seeing
He
each
has
other.
a
and I
separate
knew
life.
Something was wrong.
Maybe
so
he's
one day when he
depressed.
canceled our date, I went to his place with his favorite ice cream. But when I knocked on the door,
No,
some
he's
cute-
got another life. This is an MSA. This is MSA. He doesn't have some like legitimate mental health problems that he's dealing with, and he's just in therapy. No, he has a double secret life. At night, he fights crime in the sewers with the Ninja Turtles.
The
you
Ninja
know?
Turtles.
It's something like that.
to his place with his favorite ice cream. But when I knocked on the door, some kid opened up. Hi, you must be Charlie. Is your brother around?
Charlie?
Is that ice cream? Give me it. Hey,
Oh,
that's
you
not
little-
very nice. Say, ma'am, could I please have that tub of ice cream? Repeat after
Exactly.
me. Sure. Ma'am, give me the ice cream or I'll kick you.
No, you kick him in the face. Kick him.
Shin snatched the tub and ran away. As I yelled out in pain, Arthur came running downstairs.
Alicia?
Arthur.
Why didn't you tell me you were coming?
When would I tell you? You hardly talk to me these days.
I know. I'm sorry. It's just that Mom's getting married again. The guy doesn't want Charlie in his life, and Mom loved
This looks like an MSA drawing from like 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
Look at this. Doesn't this guy look weirdly less detailed than every other character?
Maybe he's just a bad person, so they didn't animate him that well.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks like they I don't know. It looks like they took a character from MSA from years ago and they just put him in with these other detailed characters and it's like another dimension. You can't tell me that this is the same level of detail as the dad.
Mom's getting married
Valid.
again. The guy doesn't want Charlie in his life, and Mom loves her stupid boyfriend so much that she decided to move.
But MSA, if that was drawn by a different animator, don't fire them. It's cool. They'll learn, okay? Whoever animated that, you're awesome. I love you, okay? You're great. I actually like it. I like that you did that.
No, you can't backtrack.
I'm not. No,
Stick with what
I
you
was never
said.
insulting. I was just saying this looks out of place.
That she decided to move out, leaving me in charge.
Why wouldn't you tell me that before?
Because it's embarrassing, and I didn't want to drag you in my mess.
I'm already a part of your mess. And
Aw.
we'll get through it together. Okay, I know that was a bit cheesy, but Arthur looked like he was gonna break in a million pieces, and I really wanted to help him. Besides,
Good.
how bad could a 9-year-old
put the
be?
pieces
Turns
back
out
together.
a lot, because Charlie was a total devil. He would
Yeah.
cry over the smallest things,
Diva
throw
versus devil.
tantrums if he didn't get his way, and would constantly butt into my dates with Arthur. We hardly spent any time alone. I was pretty sure he just hated me. Like one time, I was waiting for Arthur in his living room, and Charlie kept giving me death stares. Something on my face?
See, he's confused. He's trying to figure out how you have no legs, but you're floating 3 feet in the air. He's confused by that. He has a young brain. He doesn't understand how his brother is dating a floating torso. You know?
You're staring at that, and I'm staring at his shirt that says hobby.
What's that?
I don't know. It just says hobby.
That's the name of his little hamster. Hi, Happy the hamster.
That does not look like a hamster. That looks like a man in a clown
My
costume.
name's Happy the clown.
And Charlie kept giving me death stares. Something on my face? I was just trying to figure out how someone can look like a horse and a camel at the same time.
What?
That's kind of mean, Charlie. And you're kind of ugly.
What?
Anyway, have fun on the date. It won't last long. And 10
Ouch.
minutes into
What
the
a little
date, Arthur got a call from
turd.
a babysitter that Charlie had locked himself in the washroom and we had to run back. Then another time, it was Dad's birthday
Washroom.
and I had planned a really cool surprise for him.
It's your
I didn't buy him
birthday.
all his time. It was Dad's birthday and I had planned a really
My father has amnesia, and so you wrote, it's your birthday for him. This is kind of an interesting sign, you know? It's
And another time, it was Dad's birthday, and I had planned a really cool surprise for him.
Also
I
Comic
invited
Sans.
all his old friends from the army.
They've all gone
Arthur
bald
helped me set
now.
up the place, and I was arranging the cake when Charlie walked up to me. Oh, wow!
There are
this
not
cake
many
looks
bald
yummy.
characters
Give
in
me a
MSA.
piece. Only after my dad cuts
Oh,
it.
no.
But I'm hungry now. Then eat something else. There's a whole pizza on the counter. Are you stupid? I said I want the
Ouch.
cake. Charlie tried
Wow,
to get the cake,
what a
but I got in
little-
his way. He shoved me away, and I accidentally knocked into the cake, which
No.
crashed to the floor. Whoopsie. Guess no one gets to eat it.
What happened? I heard some noise.
Your brother ruined my surprise. I just asked you to give me some cake, and I asked you to wait.
Relax, Alicia. We'll get a new cake. I'm
Wow.
sure your dad won't know.
That's not the point, Arthur. Your brother is a spoiled brat.
Yeah,
He
he's
needs
the
some
diva.
discipline. You put that kid on a leash, or I swear I will.
Oh, because
He's
here's
my
the army
brother,
background.
not some dog I can put a leash on. I know he made a mistake, but he's just a kid. You know what? We'll just
Wow.
leave. We wouldn't want to ruin your evening anymore.
Listen,
Ouch.
awful kids turn into awful adults if you don't do something about that. You know, a parent cannot just let their kid be awful and then expect them to just be better when they're older. That's not how that works, you know? Awful kids turn into awful adults, so I have zero tolerance.
I'll remember that.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I will be the tough parent. I know that I will.
You know what? We'll just leave. We wouldn't want to ruin your evening anymore.
But they love me anyways because I play video games with them and I'm super fair and super, you know, understanding. I am. Don't act like that's a sarcastic. You literally know me. You know.
I don't know. You beat me in enough video games that I don't want to play anymore. So, because you always win.
Well, we just have to play on the same team then. We got to do co-op. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna be the tough parent.
You hear that?
Oh. Who is it? Oh, okay. What? You're holding this up? Why, Lola?
For you guys to boop like on this video.
Would that make you happy, Lola?
It would make me and the muffins and Dustin so happy.
No, not Dustin. I'm Bo again. Too many people are saying Dustin. We're switching back to Bo, people. Thank you. Moving on.
You know what? We'll just leave. We wouldn't want to ruin your evening any more than we have.
Perfect.
Wow.
Arthur took Charlie's hand and they
Oh
left.
my
I wanted to
God.
stop
What an
it, but I was
overreaction.
too mad. Later Later that night,
What a
when I calmed
complete
down,
overreaction.
I realized I might have been too rude and called Arthur up, but he didn't answer. He
Wow.
didn't even show up to school the next day. And
Oh my
neither
gosh,
did Charlie.
Arthur.
So I went to his place to talk to him and saw Charlie crying on the porch.
Oh
What's
my
wrong?
gosh.
Arthur wasn't here when I woke up this morning, and I don't know where he went. Did you call him? He left his phone behind. Then why didn't you answer when I called? Anyway, don't worry. We'll find him. But till then,
Alicia,
you're coming
don't
home with
find
me.
him.
No, I don't like you. You don't have to like me. But I'm not leaving you alone till Arthur gets back. So annoying. We waited the whole
I don't
day
like
for Arthur to
either of
show
those
up or get-
boys. Arthur being a total drama queen, like, yeah, she was upset because the surprise cake she bought got knocked to the floor. If that happened to you, I would expect you to be upset.
Like if you had a kid brother and did that to me.
If you were her, and I had a kid brother who pushed your surprise cake onto the floor and ruined it, I would be a lot more upset with the brother than you.
I'd hope you'd be on my side.
Yeah. That's all what's the kid's, this kid's so stupid I didn't even remember his name. What's it? Charlie. Charlie. Oh, Charlie. Charlie, you stupid kid.
We waited the whole day for Arthur to show up or get in touch, but he didn't. By nightfall, I decided
he
to
got
sleep in the
kidnapped.
lounge and offered Charlie my
Maybe he
room
hates
if
her.
he need anything. The next morning,
Ow.
Arthur was still a no-show. I couldn't reach his mom either. And then remember,
I don't
he
like
told me she
Arthur.
was out of the country on her honeymoon. Next, I asked his
Oh,
friends
wow.
and colleagues, but none of them knew where he was. Eventually, I contacted
wasn't
the
on
police.
Neopets last night.
Later, they had no news of him.
Oh my gosh, he was gone for a
What
week?
could have possibly happened to him? Meanwhile, Charlie refused to go to school or shower. He mostly kept himself locked in my room and reacted rudely to any nice gesture I made. I
Ew.
was losing my mind. So I turned to Dad for help, and he promised he'd get a word out to his colleagues in the army to track Arthur down. I still don't know what to do with Charlie. He shuts me down every time I try to talk to him.
He's been through a lot, Alicia. What he
Wow.
needs is some distraction to keep his mind off things. After your mom left, you were all over the place. That's why I built such a strict routine for you, so you wouldn't have...
What was the wow for you?
No, the dad was just so understanding. I thought he was about to be like, he starts boot camp at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning.
No, because discipline equals freedom, and freedom equals peace, Lola. He has worked so hard, and he is so strict with himself that he is at peace, and he is okay allowing things to happen and trusting people to work on things, you know?
Thank you. You're so insightful, Mr. Psychologist.
Well, don't you? You agree with me.
No, I thought he was going to be strict because he was strict with his daughter, but now he's getting into the explanation of what she was like when her mom left.
Right. Well, also, he's not his son, you know, so...
I mean, but they've been his guardian for the last week.
Wait, so did they take in Charlie?
Yes.
Oh,
The kid's been abandoned.
I missed that.
He shuts me down every time I try to talk to him.
He's been through a lot, Alicia. What he needs is some distraction to keep his mind off things. After your mom
Okay.
left, you were all over the place. That's why I built such a strict routine for you, so you wouldn't have time to think about her.
Oh.
Maybe you should do something similar.
I decided to give Dad's advice a shot, and the next morning, I walked to Charlie's room and woke him up. Get up, we're going out. Is Arthur back? No. Then
What?
let me sleep and go away. Nope, you're getting up right now. Charlie resisted, but I dragged him out of bed and
The bucket challenge.
He kept cursing me the whole way, but I didn't care. And minutes later, we were at our
Paintball.
destination, the paintball arena. I'm not going in there. Why? Too chicken to lose?
don't wanna get shot in the face? What?
Charlie and I had a great time at the paintball.
I'll get you, kid! Pull out the Draco!
And I actually heard him
Pull out
laugh.
the Draco.
Afterwards, we went to a trampoline park and jumped our hearts out. By the end, he was so tired he could barely walk. So I called a cab and took him to my favorite burger.
Yeah, I think that's a bit more fun of a, like, rigorous regimen than your military routine. I think that if you got to just jump on trampolines every day, I don't think you would have turned out as disciplined, you know? So, I mean, yeah, I guess your dad did just say, he just needs a distraction. That's all he needs. Just a distraction, okay.
By the end, he was so tired he could barely walk. So I called a
I
cab
could
and
barely
took him to my favorite burger joint. But he just stood at the entrance and stared. What, you don't like burgers? No, it's just that this was my favorite place to come with my mom. Every weekend, we'd come and play her favorite songs on the jukebox machine. She doesn't even call me, and Arthur's left me too. Arthur will be back in no time, I promise you. He loves you a lot, Charlie, and no matter what, we'll always be here for you. You too? Yes, me too. Charlie cried and hugged me tight. For the first time, I saw him as a heartbroken kid who just wanted his family back. Since then, Charlie warmed up to me. We'd have breakfast together, and he would always make
Where's
my
the
bed when I
brother?
got home from school. He was a lot
Yeah,
calmer
we're over
and
him.
hardly threw a tantrum. I couldn't wait for Arthur.
Wait, this is called 10 Rules to Get a Guy.
Instead, she got a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, that's typically what's supposed to happen when you've had your guy for a long time. Then you get a kid, you know? I wanted to hear Rule 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Maybe they'll tell us. We still have a couple minutes.
How to get any guy you want. Maintain your confidence.
True.
Be strong and independent without being a stuck-up diva.
True.
Show off your intelligence. How would you show off your intelligence? Listen, if you were dumb, we wouldn't be dating, so this is an important one.
I would say you can show off your intelligence without being like a complete know-it-all. Also, listen to what they're interested in.
And pretend to care. That's the intelligence part. That's what where the intelligence comes in. Knowing what to pretend to care about. And don't worry, guys do the same thing. Make eye contact and smile.
Oh my gosh, your eyes are so beautiful. I really like them.
Invite the guy over without saying anything at all. Wow. Invite them over without even saying anything. That is confidence. That is confidence. Ask for help. Hey, I don't know how to write a love letter. Can I pay you $20 to write one? Hey, I can't use my legs. Can you carry me over to him? What do you mean ask for help? Guys like to feel like you need them at least a little bit.
Valid.
Oh, you did that one. You did that one.
You have to give
feigned
them-
incompetence.
You have to give them little activities
Little
to
jobs.
do, you know?
Yeah, explain it.
I guess the best one would be if they offer you something, you say yes. Like, oh, would you like a glass of water? Oh my gosh, yes, I would love one.
Just in general in life or on a date?
In general and in life.
Okay, so what my girlfriend just said is say yes to every male
No, I
question
didn't.
ever. So what do you mean? You have to be specific. People will misinterpret anything you
know
say.
What? This one is for the girls, okay? Have you ever heard of Pavlov's theory?
Give him a few compliments.
Oh my gosh, you're even hotter than the guy I saw yesterday.
That is not a nice compliment.
Talk about what you do for fun.
Oh my gosh, I went on so many fun dates with so many different guys this
That
week.
is not nice either.
Act indifferent towards him.
Yeah, you're cool, but not as cool as the other guys I've been seeing this week.
I mean, kind of valid.
Put effort into your appearance.
Oh my gosh, I spent more makeup than I did on yesterday's date.
Go out with a small group.
I thought it would be easy to just have all the guys I'm dating this week together.
Hang out where guys are.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to invite all of you to the same place so that it would be easier.
I'm ready to get into the dating pool and find a good guy that's right for me. I just don't know where to get started, LOL. I feel like you can't just bump into people like in the movies.
Okay, the movies is okay. I thought she meant actually in the
Like
movies.
going to
I
the
was about to
movie
be
theaters?
like, the movie theaters is the worst like first date.
No.
He was a lot calmer and hardly threw a tantrum. I couldn't wait for Arthur to come back and see how much progress Charlie had made, but we still had no
I can
leads
wait.
on him. I wanted to be strong, but with each passing day, my hopes of ever seeing him
He's a
again
Ninja
were getting
Turtle.
dimmer, and it broke my heart. Finally, one night, I broke down in front of Dad. I don't think Arthur's coming back, Dad. It's been weeks, and no one knows where he is.
He's
If he
a
was in
Ninja
town, we
Turtle.
would've found him by now. And Charlie, he's lost his mom and might lose his brother too. What can I even say to him? What? I turned around and saw Charlie standing at the door. You've been telling me all along the police will find him.
Oh.
You said you were sure. No, I'm sure he's fine, Charlie. I was just
yikes.
stop lying. Why do all grown-ups lie so much?
It was not a lie.
I hate you, all of you. And Charlie just ran out of the house. Dad said he'd go after him. And as I was sitting in the kitchen in despair, the phone suddenly rang. It was the police saying they'd
Wait.
found Arthur in a hospital.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
It was the police, saying they'd found Arthur in a hospital close to town. I rushed to the location and texted Dad on the way. The doctors at the hospital told me that Arthur was brought in a few days back by the forest rangers. Apparently, he went on a hike and got injured, and since then, he'd been in a coma. I was sitting next to him when Charlie walked in with Dad.
They wouldn't,
he hit his head, but he's
talk
out
to
of
his
danger.
family?
Doctors say there's a very good chance he'll be just fine.
Maybe the mom
Charlie,
didn't pick up.
promise me, no matter what happens, you and I will never fight again. I promise. I will never scream again.
Cap.
And I will always be a good brother. He will wake up, right?
What do you think?
Oh my gosh!
We got the guy. Ladies and gentlemen.
We got.
Okay, so you broke up with him, right, Alicia? You got rid of him? You got that guy out of there? Break up with Arthur.
Why would she break up with him?
Because he was annoying about the cake, did not listen to her whatsoever, and then yeah, he did have to go out on a hike of solitude without his phone. So it's like, yes, he did have an accident in the forest, but he was throwing a tantrum that was completely irrational, wouldn't communicate with her. Yeah, this guy's drama. He's drama.
I mean, that's kind of mean. He was a young kid trying to figure out how to raise himself without his mom. His mom just left him, and he left him with his baby brother. Of course he wants to just protect his baby brother.
I don't know. I just don't like Arthur's vibes. He seems like a drama king, you know? All I'm saying is just send a little text, you know? If you're gonna, don't go out into the woods without telling anyone, you know? In our current world, I don't think there's any excuse to like disappear on people, because you have like the ability to reach out and let them know like, hey, I'll be here without my phone. If anything happens, that's where I'll be, you know? That's stupid.
I don't know. Sometimes you suck at texting friends.
I do,
And
absolutely.
then you're like,
but
oh, I'm sorry I disappeared on you guys.
yeah, but I'm here, and
They don't know
you're-
that. They don't have your location.
But I have you.
Yeah, but I don't tell everybody how you're doing.
Right, okay. But no, he literally, there was no one who went look. But you know what I do know? I know that this is the whole playlist of times me and Lola have done videos together. If you enjoyed this video, go check it out. Here's MSA's channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Here's the playlist of times I've looked at MSA. If you have not seen all of these videos or all of these videos, make sure you click on the playlist and watch everything. I will see you here, or I will see you there. We love you. Bye.